Hey everybody. Does anybody here like to cook? Good. Does anybody here like to eat? That's good. Obviously that means that you need someone to help cook. Yourself or another cook. Anyway, so we're going to talk about how to become a chef. Is that okay? Group A. Group A, raise your hands. Okay, thank you. Group B here, raise your hands.
Oh, for Anna.
Group B. And Group C, raise your hands. Okay. Group C, good. So in the kitchens, the real kitchens, right, when somebody addresses the chef, and the chef says, "Do you understand me?" or something like that, you're supposed to say, "Yes, chef." Okay? Do you understand me?
Yes, chef.
Group A.
Yes, chef.
Do you understand me? Group B.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Group C, do you understand me?
Yes, chef.
Alright, one more time. We'll see who's got the best. Yes, chef. Group A, do you understand me?
Yes, chef.
Group B, do you understand me?
Yes, chef.
And Group C, do you understand me?
Yes, chef.
You're all ready. Okay, now, how many of you watch cooking shows on TV? Anybody? Okay. So, going to the beginning. Everybody listen? We only got a few minutes, okay? So my name is Chef Bill. I went to a famous culinary school called the Cordon Bleu. Okay? And the style of cooking they teach us is called the French cooking technique. Right? And why French? It's more of the traditional, what they call Western style cooking. On the other side of the world, I am married to a very nice Chinese lady. I'm Chinese, of course, and I'm born here. And she was born in China, in Hong Kong. And she cooks Chinese food. Okay? Then I moved to California a few years ago, and guess what? We have a lot of what? Mexican food, Hispanic, everything like that. So we have a mix of cultures, yes? Okay. So the tradition that I come from, in terms of the training, in terms of the culinary school, which also was a college, which some of you will be going towards, okay? It was the Cordon Bleu. Now, the Cordon Bleu as a college is also considered a trade school. Unlike Harvard University and MIT, this is something that you can get a degree or you can get a certificate. But at least it teaches you how to do something. And the something, of course, is what we call the cooking techniques. Now, how many here can make scrambled eggs? Almost everybody, right? Okay, it's not that hard. There's a certain technique to making scrambled eggs, okay? So what we learn in culinary school, the first things, is we call it sanitation. How many of you like to go eat out and the table is very dirty? Do you like to have a dirty table? No. Right? How many would you prefer to have a nice clean place to eat at? Just like your homes, I hope, right? It's nice and clean. Well, in the kitchen that you don't sometimes see, you like the kitchen to be clean also, right? And you'd like the chefs cooking for you to have what? Clean hands, right? And as they probably taught you in the school here, you should wash your hands. Because it's very important so that nobody else catches your germs, right? Because we think we're clean, but unless we actually clean our hands. Now, the kitchens that I work at, and I'm also, anybody ever heard of a company called Netflix? Okay, so I'm the omelet chef at Netflix down in Hollywood. And that's the corporate headquarters where the people who produce Netflix work. There's roughly 1,200 employees, staff there. They do the marketing and production. And I'll be there actually tomorrow. Want to take you? Okay. We'll talk about that. And at Netflix, I make omelets. And everybody know what an omelet is?
Yes.
Okay. Who does not know what an omelet is? Okay. So an omelet is kind of an egg dish in which the normal thing to do is you put some ingredients into the pan. All right, I'm going to take a picture. And sometimes we call them saute. Does anybody know the word saute?
No.
Okay, saute is when you take a small frying pan and you put some stuff in it like vegetables and some meat, a little oil, okay? And you toss it. Ever see a chef do that? Flips it up in the air. Well, that's a technique, it's called saute, okay? And that helps to fry the food fast. And if you go to Chinese restaurants, they have also some big woks, right? These big round things. And they saute that too, and they kind of use that big spatula and they toss it in the air. It's kind of fast cooking. So it doesn't take like, hours. It takes like only a couple of minutes to saute the vegetables. And once that's done, then we pour in some liquid egg. We scramble up the eggs, we pour it in, right? And we let it settle a little bit. And then we use a spatula and we kind of move it around so the liquid eggs go under. Then you ever see a chef toss something in the air, like pizza? So that's my technique. So I will toss the egg so it flips over into the pan, hopefully. On the floor is very awkward. All right, then we said, if you want some cheese, you can take a handful of cheese, drop it on the top. I take a plate and I pour the whole thing like a clamshell on the plate. So that's what we call a typical omelet, okay? So, as a technique in school, they teach you sanitation, right? We mentioned that, washing your hands and all that. That's very important. And then we teach you how to cook, right? So there's certain styles of cooking, like boiling water, right? You all know how to boil water, I hope, okay? And then there's something called frying, like I just mentioned to you, like a frying pan. And there's something called baking in the oven, right? And there's something called braising, and there's something called steaming. So there's many styles, right? So in school, they also teach you about food. They teach you about vegetables. They teach you about meat. They teach you also about nutrition. You're learning nutrition here, right? And how important it is to eat healthy, okay? So we as professional chefs try to make sure that we're following the correct trends in the marketplace, and we also learn every day about how to cook. Now, one of the things I've been able to do as a chef is I've also joined the thing that you see in your hats called the ACF, and that stands for the American Culinary Federation. Now, the American Culinary Federation is the professional association of chefs in the United States and also around the world. So when you join the association, that means you're also interested in being a professional. Does anybody know the difference between a professional and someone who's not professional? Amount of water, when you turn on the machine, it goes, and it's like making bread, and specifically pizza dough. Then we grab a chunk of it, and we put it on a little scale, because we want every pizza to be the same, right? You don't want to be a pizza this big and this big. And we have to look at the money, right? How much is it costing us to make this pizza? So then we weigh it, and then we roll it into a ball, right? We put it on a sheet, what we call a sheet tray, with a little piece of parchment paper so it doesn't stick. All right, you never see pizza being made. And then we, something called let it rise. In other words, when you put dough, right, it starts as flat, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger with air. Okay? Then we bring it over to the pizza oven, all right? And the pizza oven is, everybody knows what a pizza oven is, right? Okay. It's hot, it's about 450 degrees sometimes. We take that dough, right, which is a round ball, and then we kind of make it into a bigger flat thing, right? So first we take it out, and we roll it out and all that. You've seen how pizza's made. You put sauce, right, pepperoni, some cheese, right? Put it on the little, what we call a screen, toss it in the oven, and 10 minutes, it's hopefully done. And if you did a good job, when I ask you a question, the answer is yes, chef. So this is going to be group A, all you guys here, up to about here, all right? So I'm going to say, are you okay, group A? And you're going to say,
Yes, chef.
and this part here will be group B, okay? When I say, is everything okay, group B, you're going to say,
Yes, chef.
okay, that's even better at this.
Great, and you still have it on the wrong side.
Group A, are you ready?
Yes,
Group B, are you ready?
yes, chef.
All right, when I went to a special school, it's called the Cordon Bleu. When you go to school, the first thing they teach you is called sanitation. They always tell you here in the school to always wash your hands, right? Yes? Wash your hands, especially if you go to the bathroom, right? Why is it important to wash your hands? Group A? What's the answer? Good answer. Anybody in group B, sir, in green?
Now, when you touch a bunch of stuff and you don't wash them, you get your that dirtiness germs on your food.
Both great answers. So to become a chef, right, you have to start off learning how to do it. Half the people went to culinary school, and I went to a culinary college, where I got a culinary degree, right? And the other half started as a dishwasher. Anybody here know how to wash dishes? Well, you're all eligible to become a chef someday. Right? A lot of things, like hotels and ever heard of Netflix?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm also the chef at Netflix in Hollywood, and we feed the people who produce Netflix, right? The production people, the marketing people, and those things in Hollywood. So I have to feed people, they have 1,200 people there. And my specialty is omelets.
Oh, boy.
Okay? How many of you know how to make scrambled eggs? Almost everybody, I hope. Does anybody know what an omelet is? All right. What's an omelet? What is an omelet?
Chef Bill asked me this.
Okay. Anybody in group A? What's an omelet?
Like the egg, like if you have the egg and
Called saute. It's a French term, saute. And that means you have a little stuff in the pan, a little oil. And if you ever see a chef tossing the food in the air, that's saute. On top of that, you have to pour in some scrambled eggs, right? And then you let it sit and cook, and you use your spatula so it kind of even it out. And then, if you're good, you toss the whole thing in the air like a pizza, and hopefully it lands back in your pan a little bit, because I cannot just make one omelet, I can make 7 at once.
Wow.
Because I'm feeding hundreds of people. And if you learn how to do it right, there's one guest in front of me, often the movie star, right, will say, I want egg white omelet, I want scrambled eggs, I want eggs over easy, I want omelet no cheese. You have to do 7 at once, you gotta remember.
Oh
Okay?
my gosh. I never thought about that.
Now, how many of you guys watch cooking shows on TV? Anybody? Okay, have you ever heard of a chef called Bobby Flay? Okay. So, I make scrambled eggs for Bobby Flay in the hotels when he's there, okay? And good thing it's just scrambled eggs, something simple, right? But I'm also doing other things. Now, let me just move along, we got 8.5 minutes left.